it's clapping? I just know something is... I don't know what's clapping. I just know something is... I don't know what's clapping. I just know something is... I don't know what's clapping. I just know something is...
Oh my goodness, hello, good evening. Sansa and Voodoo and Brandon and Carolyn and Punky and Rach and Angelica, hello, Fade, Oceana, a pleasure as always, Mel, Random, hello, Goddess, Doriel, Chloe, Grammy, hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on where you are on this beautiful planet. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another ad hoc live stream. It's fabulous to see you all today. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all keeping well. Hello, Wolfkins, Tara. Hello. DX, a pleasure to see you today. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I'm so sorry that I wasn't available yesterday after stream / earlier this morning. It's just been a busy day. Let's talk about the hoodie. This isn't a hoodie. This is... I don't know what you're talking about. This is a look. Don't make me lose my mind too early. All right, today we are going to be reacting to 2 dumpster fires on the internet. We're going to be watching Miss Chantal Marie, Miss Foodie Beauty in meatloaf, mashed potatoes, cream corn, and stuffing comfort mukbang, swiftly followed by the one, the only Amber Reid in Torrid Try-On Haul. Are mukbangs coming back? And the 9 BPD criteria traits. Oh my lord. What are you talking about, washcloths? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't. Just look, I've got more. Like I've got I have so many. Chill. And then we're going to be collectively watching, and I know everybody's already watched, but there is a link down in the description below. If you haven't given Beck a view and a thumbs up and a hi from me and all of that good stuff, we're going to be collectively watching Blame Reversal 101 live stream, which will be 40 minutes, so that's good. Is it enough? I don't know. I've got. There's just so many. Are they the Bunnings ones? I don't know. They might be. They come in like a 10-pack, and they're 2 of like 5 different colors. We've got orange, yellow, blue, green, and I think pink. Yeah, a multi-pack. It's been a whole day. It's been a whole day since, like, twerking on a vanity corner has entered my mind. It just... like, there's so many shapes. Like a bear to a tree. Hi, Hi, Lottie. Good to see you. I've decided to make washcloths the new fashion statement. excited. Okay, so anyway, we're going to start off with Foodie's stupid mukbang. And then move into Ambi stuff. And I got to take a big deep breath. Anyway. Hello. Hi, my name's Zach. Lovely to meet you if you're new, and thank you very much for returning. If you are coming back, I am not a mental or physical healthcare professional, just a guy who lost some weight, talks about things on the internet, and watches way too much of too many people. I'm also not here to bully, shame, hate, harass, or humiliate, just here to talk about the produced and monetized content that we see here on this platform, because it's all about what choices we put on the internet. Choices. What a choice. And thank you all so much for joining me here today. And if you'd like to hit the like button while we're hanging out, please feel free. And I'll give you guys the sign. What should our sign be for, like, grab your washcloth? Because I feel like, much like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you are ill-prepared unless you have a towel. And so maybe we need to apply that same sensibility to washcloths, because you just never know. Yeah. Anyway, let's get started with the nincompoop of Kuwait Chateau.
Hello, Foodie Beauties.
Hello.
Hi there, Beezer.
Oh, Lord.
Want a personalized video from me to you that you can keep forever? Or maybe
No, actually, I don't.
a special shout out. Or maybe
Shh, be quiet. Simone, thank you so much for gifting 2 channel memberships. I appreciate it, honey. Welcome or welcome back to Bad Princess, Bonnie, Spook, Canada, hello, View and Shoot. Who else do we have? Morgan? The End, Pouting Parlor, Becky, and Lindsay. Lovely to see you all. Enjoy your gapes and crumbs, and please make sure you thank the fabulous Simone for the gift. And Lottie, thank you for being here for 49 months, my friend. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you for being a pillar of the community and for all of the shenanigans. Lottie says, from wood canots to washcloths. A wild 49 months. Yeah, it has been a while, huh? Washcloths. I don't think I'm ever going to dry my dishes the same way. I mean, I've got a whole collection of washcloths. I've got some beautiful, like, beige ones that I use to get, like, when I need to touch hot things. There's just so many. Fashionable. Oh, wait, I muted. Never mind. Here we go.
I know I need to clean this, don't worry. Don't mind it. Tonight we have meatloaf.
Poop buns to poop rags is a statement I didn't think I'd read today. But Moonface, you're all over it. Ellen, thank you very much for being here for 46 months, honey. I appreciate your support. Ellen says, happy to be here. Time flies. It really does. It really, really does. Never thought we got to poo rag, but here we are.
Creamiest mashed potatoes. Some stuffing. And some cream Parmesan corn.
Oh my god, that looks like that needs a washcloth.
Let's eat.
This looks filling.
The face my cat makes when I'm not making chicken. Sorry, baby.
God, Julia looks miserable.
Sorry, baby.
We finally got He Hands Meatloaf, Marissa. I feel like it's definitely been a while.
Guys, I have a meatloaf dinner that I've been craving so bad. I have no makeup on and I'm hot because I'm not making a dinner like this. Hot and sweaty and putting on makeup. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, so.
Girl, it's boxed stuffing, mashed potatoes, corn and cheese, and spoilers, I've already watched this, but her recipe for meatloaf is wild.
Hi. I love my baby. Alright, first things first, I'm dying to try this.
Okay, you die to try that. I think I've got a more suitable... Hold on, I just gotta grab something. Yeah, I think I've got a more suitable color palette for this, hold on, wait, let me just arrange my scarf. How's this? Is this better? Yeah, no, that's better. That's more of a... We love a color story.
This cream corn. Creamy Parmesan butter corn. Bismillah and Beauty Bite. I already did chug a bunch of water.
Fashion Easter.
So I broke my fast with that.
So, yeah, look, it matches the stuffing. And like half the other stuff going on. Yeah.
stuffing, mashed potato. Now the stuffing is just a box of Paxo, but
that stuffing from back here fully just looks like quinoa, by the way.
it tastes like stovetop. No way.
Summer.
So I just want to say like one thing, follow up regarding my previous video. The
Oh God, Lord, I don't care. Ma'am, we've got washcloths to talk about today.
politics thing.
So many better conversations to be having. Better? Well.
I don't know where people came off assuming that I'm attacking everything American. Because yes, I know YouTube is an American company. Okay.
Bloody, and do you know what? The stories just happened so fast. I was just really grateful that I had some spare cloths. You know?
Just because I have an issue with a political leader.
Oh like, man, do you know what? I really want to get into... Shut up. I really want to get into like kitschy, like kitschy washcloths. Do you know the ones that are like crocheted, that are like the world's 10 most fabulous cats? That's my vibe. That's where I think I need to go from beige to like kitschy washcloths. I wouldn't recommend that for everybody on the internet, but you know.
I've had issues with my own country's political leaders. You know. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. Whatever. If you want to hate me, go ahead.
Baby, good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. That's a tea towel. Spoilers.
I've seen comments like, why do you care about Palestine if you're not Palestinian? Like, I can't.
Oh, Pilates. Nice. Am I a floral washcloth girly? I think I could be.
What happens in countries affects, like, the whole world, in a way, you know? But anyways.
Can we speed her up? I mean, this is 1.25, but yeah, we can go to 1.5, absolutely. Not 1.75, that's a bit fast.
I don't know why I bother addressing people who are ignorant. But I hope you enjoy your meal today. This is like...
This is like the before to Ambi's after, you know?
It's towards the air, but I was missing a lot more ingredients than I thought. But I was craving meatloaf.
Okay, so we went from meat pie to meatloaf. Got it.
The cream corn.
Rach, good
cream
luck.
Parmesan, salt, pepper, butter. The meatloaf? You're gonna be like, what?
DMS, thank you for the super chat, honey. DMS says, so thankful to be able to listen on my drive to work. You start my day off right. Oh, thanks, honey. I hope you have a great day. I hope the drive is safe, and thank you for the support. I appreciate it.
You know how sometimes meatloaf has a million ingredients, egg, breadcrumbs. My meatloaf only has meat, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and blended, pretty much liquefied, onion and green pepper. And the onion and the green pepper...
I'm not gonna lie, I don't trust that to taste good. As someone who made lentil loaf, and it was fine, I don't trust that.
Flavor. And the glaze is just ketchup. Some broccoli or green beans with carrots would be good, but I don't have any of those things. Broccoli goes really fast in this house.
Yeah, you guys, it's an ingredient house.
Did I say? That's diet soda with lemon. A scrubbed lemon. If I'm putting that in my glass. Yeah.
Yeah, Santa will suck, suck on pea fingers, but you better be careful about those lemons.
Anyway, I'm sure I've put worse things in my body, so.
Janet, I'm not sure. It sounds like heat.
So,
Chantal, this would have been the perfect dead air to cut. No? Okay.
I have another legit question.
Yes.
Oh, so good. Legitimately, okay? And I'm going to try to answer, see what answers I'm sure that are going to come up. I've been seeing a lot around.
Oh my God, could you finish a thought? This is insufferable.
Or in my comments. Trying to guess when and where I'm going to be visa hopping.
Oh, end of March, start of April. Cliffhanger, cat, yeah. Yeah.
So here's my questions if you want to answer them, okay?
Edge of my seat.
Why,
okay.
Why is it anyone's business?
1, good to see
Two,
you, hun.
Is there anyone connected to me personally who's entitled to that information?
I'm not connected to you personally. I don't care about being entitled to that information. I think that you're a lying heap of shit who continues to try to befuddle and confuse audiences purposefully, and I just don't understand why you won't admit to, if it's not a big deal that it's a tourist visa, why are you making it a big deal it's a tourist visa? Oh, that's right, because your marriage isn't legitimate if you're on a tourist visa. That's why it's important. Right, well, I mean, that's weird.
Reid? Why do you care? Like, legitimately?
I care because when dumpster fires on the internet start lying to the audience, I want to get to the bottom of it.
What impact does it have on anyone's life?
None, girl, it's all entertainment. But it really does tell you something when the most entertaining thing about your channel is, like, the theories that other people present.
If I'm a tourist here, or if I have a civil ID.
Right, well, you don't have a civil ID, because that's impossible. And you may as well just confirm that it's still a tourist visa. More to the question, why did you come online and say, oh, well, after Thailand, you know, remember I was there for like 3 or 4 weeks, and that's the reason why I was there, because we were getting stuff sorted out, and blah, blah, blah. Like, you were actively lying. The story does not make sense. None of the story makes sense.
Like, I really don't get it. And I know I've said this before. Many times.
Or do we want to go back to orange? Okay, we'll go back to orange.
I never get a straight answer. Like,
I've got some yellow.
I bet you the answer that people are going to come up with.
Yellow.
Is going to be. Because we know you're lying.
We can mix and match.
We want to catch you in a lie.
This one's got a mark on it to make it look nicer. Okay, look at that.
Like, how am I lying if I don't want people to know that personal information about my life? I'm purposely withholding information.
It's corn theme.
Or confusing information.
I should lay out. I
On
did try
purpose.
that off camera.
Because I want privacy. When it comes to that, you know?
Like a little peekaboo. Oh, I'm like a
I find people
sunflower.
in general have the attitude that if you're a public figure, if you have a YouTube channel,
Okay.
things that you don't want to share are fair game.
Here's the thing, Chantal. Your audience hates you, and it's not that everybody's like this big vindictive troll. It's just if you sit there and you pretend to be smarter than your audience, or you act smarter than your audience, don't expect people to like take that kind of sitting down. This is not working. Hold on. Maybe if I fold it. No. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it is kind of giving life vest, but I see the vision.
So let's say I did come online and say, hey,
Like a little neckerchief.
I'm border hopping soon. What would that matter?
Neckerchief?
And why don't I have a right to privacy when it comes to these things?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't think I can tie it.
Sometimes.
You look like a road worker. Work!
There are so many travel vloggers out there. Nobody asks them
Oh, I needed like a lollipop sign.
personal information like that. Sometimes they talk about it, but they don't have a psychotic audience. Like,
This is great.
not all of you. I'm not talking about all of you. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, a cute little hard hat. Nice. Like a little,
Anyway,
like a fascinator.
even if you're just curious, the fact I've said many times, I'm not going to divulge this information ever.
We're playing choosy with the washcloths. I mean, we could. Don't tempt me with a good time. Keats, thank you for rejoining the channel as a member, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
At least willingly. I just don't think it matters. Like, why?
If you come on the internet and you try to sell a story and convince people for years and years and years and years and years, and you have a history of lying on this platform, do you not expect your audience to just assume that everything you say is lies, including this?
Would being a tourist out of country be a big deal? I don't know.
The reason why you being a tourist in Kuwait is a big deal is because it means that your marriage is not legitimate. And is definitely not recognized outside of the very specific situation you find yourself in Kuwait. That's why it matters.
A lot of people do it.
Lie on the internet? Okay.
And while some people are sitting there obsessing.
Squirrel, thank you for the super chat, Annie. Squirrel says, to Foodie, because you made it everyone's business. Yes, you, who is a pathological liar. You made it the entire internet's business. You can't say, I want attention, but they get angry when everyone gives you their attention. You know, said in the most simple way, Squirrel, you are 100% correct. Yes, agreed. Agreed.
About border hopping. At least I'm traveling.
Okay, so you admit you're on a tourist visa. Well, at least I'm traveling, you guys. Okay, girl. Yeah. Where is all of that travel content we've been holding our breath for? Where'd that go? Like, it would be impressive. I mean, I'd be more impressed if your travel content actually had you enjoying the places that you go. But the last, like, trip you took was to Thailand, where you shat yourself so bad that you got fined by the place you were staying. That doesn't sound like a great trip to me, personally.
Even if it's, I'm not skydiving or doing whatever.
Oh, I wish. That'd be great.
You know. Which I will never do. At any rate.
Oh, yuck.
This was like the best meal of the week.
Fat and carbs, girl. Fat and carbs.
So I'm just genuinely curious. Why people, because like, reaction channels will have like a condescending tone about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is my tone condescending? Whoops.
Like,
I've been so sincere this entire time. Not at all sarcastic.
she's getting ready for her visa run. Like, who cares?
Why do you care what everybody else has to say about your content? Girl, remember, main character. Can you call it a trip if you don't shit the bed?
Like, what kind of flex is that? That you think you know something with no proof, but whatever.
She's gonna get so mad when Dell updates that spreadsheet.
I just find it so odd, like a weird obsession. People are strange when you're a beezer.
It's really not an obsession. I personally think of it as, I've told the story a million times before, but when I sit down to watch a new show, generally the first episode I'll be like, okay, what's the vibe? What's going to happen? What's my predictions? Where are the plot lines? What's going on? Tell me the story. And that's the great part about watching Chantal. It is terrible a lot of the time. But the great part about it is saying like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this happened? What if this happened? What if this is how it worked out? Terry, tell me things. And then when things turn out, it's not like, ooh, I'm so smart. It's just like, oh, that is that feels good. That's nice to know. And when it's something shockingly left field, like the entirety of the Old Mate saga, it's like, wow, I am unfamiliar with people like this in the real world. This is bonkers. Chloe, thank you for the super chat. Chloe says, when's the next visa run? Much love, Zekja. Love right back, Chloe. I think it's towards the end of March, start of April is when we're due. So not long.
Anyways, that was a delish. Like,
Sansa, exactly. We just provide info. We're like Cliff Notes. Sassy Cliff Notes. That's how I consider myself.
Such a delicious, like, homey comfort meal. I know I look super tired without makeup. Well, I'm going to be 41 this month. I don't know what I'm doing for my birthday, but...
I'm probably going back to Canada.
Who knows? We'll see. We'll see.
Hopefully.
I guess that's it. So yeah, you can answer me in the comments. What the obsession's about. I mean, being curious is fine, but like there are legit people on the internet who have spreadsheets keeping track of my travel dates.
There you go. There's a shout out.
Like, it's so bizarre. Tell me you have no life without telling me.
You do. I mean, you should ask your loophole husband about spreadsheets. It really doesn't take that much to like put in a date.
All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Okay, bye. Right, well, we're done with Foodie now, so I know not everyone's here for Ambi, but if you're not, you should be. This is a Torrid try-on haul, MUKBANG's blah blah BPD HD. BPD HD? BPD. ADHD? Did Ambi ever speak about that? I'm sure she did. Anyway, alright, let's get to.
Alright, you guys, I am not vlogging today, but...
You aren't, but could you turn your volume up?
I did promise you I would give you guys a
Whoa, too high.
day-by-day update on this build that I am doing. So, in total, there is 584 steps.
Somewhere there.
I'm currently on step 151.
Sure. Are we watching Beck's video? Absolutely we are.
And this is how it is looking. Absolutely insane.
Riveting content, honestly. This is, do you know what? If there's one thing I watch Amber Reid for, it is Legos.
Like, what? How have I done this? I really don't know. There it is.
33 seconds. We could have cut it.
Hello, hello. So it is March 1st. As you guys saw, I did not vlog yesterday. I did give you a build update though.
Bro, this is so old. Why are people even watching the vlogs anymore?
Oh, so yesterday my mom asked if I wanted to go to bingo, and like I was just debating all day long, and I was like, no.
Oh, Chelsea, what Lego are you doing though?
Oh, I felt bad because I could tell she wanted me to go, but like I have zero energy. Like ever since I got COVID, like my whole body and mind has just like changed. I have not been able to like gain my energy, stamina, like my brain is still foggy, my breathing is worse than ever, like...
Okay, girl, sure.
It's not the greatest feeling. So then she called me again today and she was like, we're going to bingo, do you want to go tonight? So since I said no to last night, I was like, you know what, Mom? Yes, I will go. So I'm gonna go to bingo. This is like the first time that I went and have done anything in almost a month. So I'm
Oh, it's tiring.
really excited to see my mom and hang out with her. And I know a lot of you was actually worrying about her thinking that she got COVID because I told you guys that she ended up messaging me saying that she doesn't feel well. Well, she took 2 COVID tests and they were both negative and she just was feeling under the weather.
Ambi, I don't want to hold your hand to tell you this. Nobody gives a shit whether or not Mama Lynn got COVID. We don't. Let's hear about washcloths. Jody, thank you for being here for 13 months, honey. Jody says, thank God for Poppy's props. Every stream. You can't come unprepared. Thanks, Jody.
She feels a lot better now, so that's good. Thankfully, we're going to a bingo hall that actually has really good events. So like the cigarette smoke isn't as intense because I'm telling you, my lungs.
I'm sorry, what?
And she just was feeling under the weather. She feels a lot better now, so that's good. Thankfully, we're going to a bingo hall that actually has really good events. So like the cigarette smoke isn't as intense because I'm telling you, my lungs.
Ah, they're smoking on the inside. Right. Well, that's novel.
Do not need that. Like, I have not
You can't do that here in Australia.
vaped in over a month. Like, it's been a long time. Maybe like 5 weeks, 6 weeks. And I don't
Josie, apparently smoking indoors is still allowed in the US. Apparently. That's wild.
I'm doing it again for like a hot minute because I'm telling you, like, my breathing is already so bad, and I know that on days where I vape more than usual, like, my breathing is kind of hecticana. So it's like, I need
Hecticana shout out.
to just stay away from that.
What?
God. Oh, hi.
Wait.
My God, how many squares are there? There's so many squares.
I won at bingo, but here's the build update. Day 4, I'm on step 181 out of 584 steps, and this is how it looks so far. Hello.
This really is a gumpster. Damn it, a dump. I was trying to say dumpster and garbage together. A garbage dump worth of vlog content.
Hello, so it is the next day. It is March 2nd.
Can you balance your audio, please?
So I actually saw my mom for a bit today, but I did not vlog that. I've had a pretty decent day, and if you guys hear noises in the background, it's because I'm currently drying some clothing. This is a big box because I'm actually fixing to like remodel, for the lack of a better word, out with the old and with the new, a lot of like my kitchen stuff, so I might vlog some of that. We'll see. So
Do you know what? Talking about things that you're not vlogging and that would be far more entertaining to watch as a vlog, not good vlog content. Like, show, don't tell.
You guys probably remember I got recommended by a professional to borderline personality disorder
These are the ones we got off Amazon, right?
books, and instead of doing both at the same time because I don't want to get overwhelmed on top of doing therapy, I decided to start with this one. And as you
Sure.
guys know, I want to keep therapy sacred to myself, but
Because it doesn't exist. Call me a hater. I don't believe her.
I do want to share my struggles with borderline personality disorder because I struggle bad, and that is a very big part of me, and I want to be very transparent in my journey of like
Big? Did you say big?
healing that part of me. So we're going to talk about chapter 1 today. So chapter 1 is called BPD 101, and some quotes from it that I want to read are: most people misunderstand what borderline personality disorder is and how it impacts people's lives, which is very true. It's not just the lives of the person that has it, but it's also like the lives of the people around that
What
person.
about the lives of the people who are watching that person monetize their everything on YouTube? What about them?
Also, something else it says is getting a clear picture of your BPD is the start of a journey of self-exploration, which will allow you to grow beyond your BPD.
Yeah, which is a great concept once you've explored your diagnosis and, you know, been diagnosed, not just told you might have this thing.
And that change is possible. It says that many individuals who meet the criteria for
Lottie, I hope you have a big cup of tea. Maybe a snack.
BPD can look back at their childhood and adolescence and see the beginning of the symptoms and patterns, which is so beyond true. Like, I
I feel like a lot of this would be useful to unpack alongside a professional. I'm not saying the books aren't helpful, but again, some guidance in all of this might be good.
back and realized that like at the age of 16 I was struggling. So there's 9 criteria listed, and an individual needs to meet at least 5 of them to be diagnosed and qualify for the diagnosis.
Is that how that works? Self-diagnosis of BPD? Huh. There you go. I'm gonna listen to that one again.
Individual needs to meet at least 5 of them to be diagnosed and qualify for the diagnosis of borderline personality disorder.
To be diagnosed and qualify for the diagnosis. Well, you're just adding words where they don't belong. Also, I'm pretty sure you need to have a professional diagnose you. Not just answer 5 out of 9 questions on a multiple choice. Okay.
I'm going to read the 9 to you, and then I'm going to tell you guys which ones that I have. So number 1.
Oh, let's play along. Let's all... Okay, I would never actually say this in any way. Please treat healthcare professionals with the utmost respect and listen to them, and please do not diagnose other people or diagnose yourself. But Amby's doing it online, so we could all just play along in this fun little quiz, which definitely has nothing to do with an actual BPD diagnosis without a healthcare professional present or involved. But also, like, what a fun little game. I love a quiz.
1 is frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. 2.
Gotta unpack each question. Let's try again.
Which ones that I have.
Yeah, but let's play.
So number 1 is frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment.
I mean, nah, whatever. I think it's a no for me. I think number 1, no.
2, a pattern of unstable and intense interpersonal relationships characterized by alternating between extremes of idealization and devaluation. 3,
I wonder if Amby knows what the word devaluation means. No, probably not.
Identity disturbance, markedly and persistently unstable self-image or sense of self.
I would need some explanation as to what an unstable self-image is. I don't always have the best self-image. I don't necessarily think it's unstable, but I would need to know what that meant in this context.
My dryer just went off. Hold on a second.
Oh, it's singing.
Number 4 is impulsivity in at least 2 areas that are potentially self-damaging. For example, spending, sex, substance abuse, reckless driving, binge eating. Number 5.
That's a really weirdly specific list of, like, impulsive behaviors there. Is that not? Can someone? The washcloths are warm. I mean, that just seemed to ask whether or not you, like, impulsive, I'm sorry, a question that is, like, are you an impulsive driver or a binge eater? They seem weirdly, like, not the same thing. Like, I can be impulsive at, like, Woolies when the Kit Kats are, like, half off. And, like, I have my own relationship with food, so, like, because it mentioned binge eating, and I don't necessarily, like, have that diagnosis, but because I've unpacked my own relationship with food and can kind of err on that side of things, like, do I have to tick yes to that because I have a hard relationship with food? But is binging impulsive? Oh, God, that's a big question. Again, Ambi, this would be helpful to unpack with a professional, not us. But whatever, we're having fun. This is a fun quiz.
5 is reoccurrent suicidal behavior, gestures or threats, or self-mutilating behavior. Number 6 is affective instability.
Again, more reasons why it would be useful to unpack with a professional.
Due to a marked reactivity of mood. So for example, intense episodic dysphoria, irritability, or anxiety usually lasting a few hours and only rarely more than a few days. Number 7.
Okay.
Is chronic feelings of emptiness. Number 8 is inappropriate, intense anger or difficulty controlling anger. For example, frequent displays of temper, constant anger, reoccurrent physical fights.
I mean, I never got into a physical fight, but I was definitely an angry little, like, gremlin back in the day. So, oh my God, do I need to speak to someone about this? See, this is the danger. I'm all about having open and honest questions about mental health care and practices and diagnoses and all of that kind of stuff. But honestly, and I've been saying it for a fucking hot minute, this is great to unpack with a professional. Do the vagaries and generalizations of, like, if you experience any of these things, you might have, it's like, girl, we all might have a lot of stuff. I don't know about y'all, but I'm living in late stage capitalism. Depression and anxiety is a daily, like, mountain / molehill / ditch valley. That's the one I'm looking for. But again, this is why we unpack it with professionals and we don't get a diagnosis from a fucking book. My God.
Last one, which is number 9, transient stress-related paranoid ideation or severe dissociative symptoms. And out of the 9,
this is why you kept saying you were dissociative in that fucking live stream the other day. This is why. You read a word, didn't know what it fucking meant, went and looked it up, and then you sat on a live stream saying, oh my God, you guys, I'm gonna answer all of your questions. I don't know what this voice is. Oh my God, you guys, I'm gonna answer all of your questions, but first, I just need to dissociate. Hold on, just give me a minute. No, I'm dissociating. It's like astral projection. I just need to be, like, I need to not be here, to answer your questions. Teehee. Go to a therapist.
I have all 9, but there is one that I even questioned marking off because it's so low, like on the totem pole. So next part of this chapter was talking about how BPD is a spectrum. It says in here that the intensity and severity of each part of the criteria is unique to each person. So I had to answer a ton of questions to see.
Again, not speaking with a licensed professional to get the diagnosis, but we're pulling it out of a book.
Like where you fall on the spectrum, and I fell on extreme. You're supposed to.
Of course you did. You marked 10 on everything.
To circle, is this statement for you mild, moderate, severe, or extreme?
Here's the thing, Ambi. Do you actually understand the statements? Honest question. I would love you to explain each of the statements. What do you think these words mean? Because, like, I don't consider myself that intelligent, but some of these words I would have questions. Like, some of these questions I have questions about. Like, I would need you to explain to me the reason why impulsive driving and binge eating would be asked within the same capacity. Do you know what I mean? Like, are you just saying, do I have impulsive habits? Because that's not binge eating. That's a different thing. Like, we've been yelled at about that a lot, actually. There's a lot of questions I would have about the questions, and this is why it's helpful to do it with a professional. Not get your diagnosis from a book.
A ton of statements. So like one that I circled extreme on was frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. There was quite a few that I circled extreme and severe on. Actually, I circled severe and extreme on every single one except for one. And then another part of this chapter was just like a Q&A. So obviously I'm not going to read all of my answers.
She's got all 9. She's an overachiever. That's not a joke about mental health. That's a joke about Amber being a fuckhead. Sorry, don't mind me. Beck, how did you do it? How did you suffer years of this?
You guys, because some of them are personal, but one of them I can read to you guys just so you guys can like understand me a little bit more. In what part or parts of your life, for example, relationship with family and friends, work, how you see yourself, and so on, do these symptoms cause the greatest problems? When I am in a romantic...
Okay, before you get into it, Lottie has a note. Lottie says, if a professional did give her this workbook and sent her on her way to self-diagnose on the internet, it's wildly unethical and unhelpful to any context, but especially with BPD. Yeah, I don't think her totally real therapist said, hey, order these books on Amazon and then work through them while making YouTube content. Yeah, that's a good idea to, like, unpack just everything. Bad idea.
And friends, work, how you see yourself, and so on, do these symptoms cause the greatest problems? When I am in a romantic relationship with someone, it is the worst. So that's where it causes the greatest problems. But it has caused problems with family/friends as well. So it's very rare that it causes problems within my family, thankfully. But like, if I have a friendship...
What happened to the aunt situation? Could you blame your BPD? I guess, I mean, Ambi's playing the blame game. But do you think Ambi would blame her BPD on the fact that she came online and said that her aunt didn't want anything to do with her anymore because she was fat, and then had to come back online and said, oh, actually, that was just an assumption. Sorry, I just assumed that my aunt didn't want anything to do with me because I was fat, not because I was a bad person. Yeah, she'd probably blame the BPD on that one.
Where I'm extremely close to them and I see them like a lot, it can definitely cause problems in that friendship. And obviously when it comes to a partner, because I am talking to...
See, Alexis.
Them a lot, and they become almost like someone I'm reliant on, and I know that's also due to
no, not almost. Where's my washcloth? Not almost, honey. Just
my BPD. When I say reliant, I mean
it's like I'm flagging. Don't ask what that is. If you don't know, you don't need to know. But you could Google it and educate yourself. Vanessa, thank you for being here for 6 months. Vanessa says, hi Poppy, thanks for helping get through my shift. Oh, you're welcome, hon. I hope you're having a fabulous day at work. Thank you for the support. It's good to see you. Hello. Have you brought your washcloth today?
Reliant on them, like mentally, emotionally, due to like the fear of abandonment, which is really where BPD is like rooted from. And the last thing I want to share is a quote from here. Feeling alone is very common for people with BPD, so common that it's in the criterion, which in parentheses it says chronic feelings of emptiness, but You're not alone. Approximately 18 million or nearly 6% of adults in the United States have been diagnosed with BPD.
6%'s a really high number. So I saw someone in the chat say that 6% like statistic was debunked. It was like 0.6%. 6%'s a lot. That's a big percent. Yeah.
That shocked me. And it definitely made me feel less alone. And this first chapter was honestly so just like validating. Like I've already done the whole criteria thing because when I was diagnosed, I had to go through all that. But it's like just doing it again and like thinking of it differently with like a whole
lies and slander. Why do you lie to us like this?
Whole different mind frame. I'm able to be more like transparent with myself because I'm not ashamed anymore. For the longest time.
Farrell, thank you for returning to the channel as a member, mate. I appreciate it. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day.
And like I was ashamed. That's why when people would be like, Amberlynn, I think you have borderline personality disorder, like I would become so defensive. Like I don't understand why. I don't know why anyone would ever be ashamed or embarrassed of something that they went through that caused them to have this. Like, it's not your fault. Like, so if you're watching and you're...
Nothing's ever your fault, Amber. You've got an excuse for... Sorry, a reason for everything. Punky, thank you for the super chat, Hunt. Punky says, don't forget to pack your washcloths and BPD workbooks for work.
Struggling.
And your lunch.
And you have any sort of, like, shame or embarrassment, don't. Simply don't. All right, you guys, we're going to do a taste test. It is these Duos beef jerky.
Oh, not Dua Lipa, right.
Situation type deal. It's a feed your sweet side and feed your spicy side. Mango and jalapeno beef jerky. So I am a little nervous.
Weird to be doing a taste test after that Dr. Armchair visit, but okay.
Wait, what's the date on this?
Oh, and your factor meal. Factor. Okay, so chat, the other day I was a little bit confused because Amber had started talking about Weight Watchers. And that was not in a live stream. That was in a recorded piece of content published before this one. So is she still on Weight Watchers?
Not until 2026.
Oh, she's loud. Sorry, I'll turn it down.
It's because I've had this for a while now. But I was feeling a little snacky, so I said, why not try this? Ooh, that smells so good. Stop right now. So this is what it looks like.
Okay, hopefully not too loud. Sorry.
I feel like my taster isn't like 100% perfect ever since.
Please stop calling your nose your smeller and your mouth your taster. You're 35. This is not cute. This is dumb. You sound dumb.
I had COVID, but I'm not tasting mango. I'm not tasting jalapeno. What is happening?
I don't know. Your taste is broken.
Just taste beef jerky. There might be like a little sweet.
When does the Weight Watchers arc start? I thought it had already started, but maybe she just mixed up the, like, scheduled dates.
But it's very faint. Let me try another piece. No.
One said, my fingers are my pokers, my eyes are my peepers.
No. No spice.
All right, everyone. So what do we do with our listeners? We listen. Yeah.
Sweet is like, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like 1. I mean, regardless, it's good. But like, I have no idea what's happening. All right, you guys, day 5. Like I said, I'm going to do daily updates on this. I'm on step 218 on this build that I am doing.
Oh, thank God. I think we've got more content out of this Lego than anything else over the recent days.
And this is how it is looking. Absolutely intense. I have had so many difficulties. I've had so many struggles.
Ooh, that volume is still bad. So sorry, chat.
Where a piece wouldn't go in, or I thought I messed up, or something just wasn't going right. Oh, it has been a challenge, but it has been a rewarding challenge.
Yeah. Good job, Amby.
Hello. So it is March 3rd, and I literally just remembered as I was putting away some of my clothing that I forgot to like actually do the Torrid try-on haul. So my actual Torrid haul was a few...
Thank God. Fashion, baby! We're back!
...vlogs ago, but we're gonna try on those clothes now and see if they fit. All right, first things first is this dress. The sleeves are so cute, actually, and I
I have very little to say about this.
really like the cut of it. I like how it goes up right there, and it is a little see-through in the boobage
Yeah.
area, but I
actually think that front panel is stretching because the back panel's also stretching. Not to be rude, but I don't think this shitty overpriced full waist stretch dress is supposed to be transparent across the chest. I also think if you turned around, your upper back would be transparent. Because I think it's an ill fit and not correctly sized. But that might just be me.
Prude, so I am okay with that. We do have pockets, which we love.
Do you know what, Annie? She has the resources, or at least at some point had the resources and the capacity to get someone to come in, measure her up, like make her custom garments. She could be wearing some fabulous outfits, but instead we go shopping twice a year at Torrid during clearance and get dumb shit like this, which doesn't fit, doesn't look good, is not flattering at all, is not complimentary, like... And girl, wear what you want, look how you want, but, like, I see nothing and sadness.
I love how tight it is here and then a little loose here. And then as we back up.
Girl, it's a dress, not a shirt. That's why.
This is what it looks like. Has like a little frilly on the bottom here, just like it does on the sleeves.
Yep, no lining, just a fucking, I'm so sorry. This print is uninspired. The cut is ugly. I do not like the frills on these teeny tiny little sleeves. I'm not even sure where these sleeves are meant to sit. Like, are they quarter sleeves? Are they meant to go halfway down the arm? Ambi's wearing this dress as a t-shirt, so moot point. I'm pretty sure... So she wears these dresses with the seam that is supposed to be on the waist, up under the chest. It's all just real... That's why it's all stretched out, girl, because you're wearing it like 8 inches above where it should fit. But whatever. You made your choice. You bought an ugly dress.
So it actually fits me pretty well.
Is it meant to be a cap sleeve? I thought it's got like 2 little layers and like a frill. I don't even want to call that. I just ugly. I don't know. Let's have a look. What is it meant to be? You all tell me. I don't think it's meant to be a cap sleeve. Hello. Oh, look, you're listening to someone. Wait, have you got that? What's that green thing connected to her earbud? Chat. I'm not an Apple girly. What's that? Is that a feeding tube? No, not a feeding tube. What is that? Is that like, oh, is that like one of those things you have for glasses that like go around your neck so if they fall off you hold on? Oh, is it an earring? It's green. I didn't think she was wearing... Oh, it's a hoop. Never mind. Or is it a holder? Is it a cord to stop the... It honestly looks like it's going like into her neck. Never mind. Yeah, not a cap sleeve. It hasn't got any like pleats on it. I think it's literally just scraps of fabric that have been left over and... I don't know if they're meant to be puckered or scalloped or what the fuck is going on, but like, hold on, I'm just gonna, like, I don't know what's going on. This whole thing is a fucking mess. Like, look at, like, what is this? What is this? What is going on?
To be honest, I really like...
Oh, they are green earrings. Okay, never mind. I just gotta... Yeah, right, they're green hoops. Okay, well that's... You know what you could do, Amber? You could take the 5 minutes to find one of your 1,000 pairs of earrings that actually complement this outfit. Not, like... What is that, like... Turquoise? Aquamarine? I don't know. This is not the right color. Find a better earring.
How it looks from the front.
I don't even know if it's florals. I thought these were all strawberries.
But from the side, it's...
Oh, mint, Sarah. You're right. It's mint.
Kind of meh, because it does have stitching on the bottom here that makes it go in on the bottom, and I don't really care for that. So next is the Mean Girls. Why Are You So Obsessed With Me?
Love it. Live, laugh, love it. I would have 12.
I thought this sweater was literally perfect.
It is perfect.
1, love the color pink. 2, love the movie Mean Girls. And 3, that is a question I ask all the time.
Okay, so I love the fact that it's just a pastel pink sweater. Do I love the font? Yes. Do I love what it says? Not necessarily. I think there are much better quotes from Mean Girls that you can put on a sweater that are a little less egomaniacal. But live, laugh, love. I'd get 12.
So first things first, the inside of this is like the softest thing I have ever felt. So when we back up here, we can see that it's actually...
The problem is, knowing this is Torrid, this probably cost her like 60 American, and I would not pay that. What's this? Oh, okay, well. Babe, have you got the washcloth? No, it's too soon. It's too soon. Oh, that's a tag. Okay. Just don't mind me. Didn't know what that was.
Really good length. I find with my body type and the way that Torrid is, sometimes things run super short and it can be like this.
Oh, that's actually a really good point, Throatian. I don't know. Do you think she's watched Mean Girls? You hope so.
Or sometimes the front part can even be like super high up like this.
I mean, she'd never watched Harry Potter, and she pretended to be or read Harry Potter for that matter, and pretended to be the biggest fan during that Halloween season.
So I'm just like, no. So yeah, it's super cozy and I love it. Oh my gosh. So next is the checkered over the shoulder sweater, and it just feels huge. Like
cunty oogie boogie. Oh, well, I'm glad we all had a very similar thought. No. No. I do appreciate the loose fit of this off the shoulder moment. I do understand where this like cut is meant to be going, but it's given potato sack. I think the arms are a really weird, like you're supposed to like scrunch these up and basically look like you're half wearing a blanket. But just, yeah, it's weird that the like seam of the arm comes in at like the midpoint of the whole thing. It's just, it's given oogie. Like, it is. It is. Yeah, I don't like this one. Maybe this one in like a solid color would have worked a lot better because we couldn't see exactly what was going on. It's almost like a wingsuit, you know? It looks like she's about to jump off a mountain. Yeah. Wild.
My arms feel super...
It does look like it's trying to do Batwing, but it's just such a broad sleeve and unflattering fabric that it's... I don't like it.
Small and itty bitty, which sometimes that is why, you know, girly pop loves a sweater, but it's like kind of annoying and it's not easy.
You doing this is just making me think of Oogie Boogie, and it is wonderful. Thank you.
To move in, because while this is super loose, down here feels like a little tight, a little snug, a little short. But if I...
Yeah, well, I mean, we're at 6X. I think we've come to the point now where if we don't make some changes in our lifestyle, I mean, we're not going to get a looser fitting garment from Torrid, is all I'm saying.
I pull it up above my booty there. It all just feels loosey-goosey and cozy. But that's what I was saying before. Like, I don't want to have my butt out for the whole world to be looking at. But I will say it's super cute. I love like over-the-shoulder type of looks. So next is the tragic tee, where I accidentally bought 2 of them, but I'm just going to give the other one to my mom. So I love...
How much did you spend on this?
One. I love...
Look, y'all know my thoughts on a graphic tee.
How light it feels. I
think if she paid more than like $20 for this shirt, that's robbery.
Love the length. Like, I have 0 complaints about this. Like, it's cozy, it's breathable. I'm giving tragic every single day of my life, so it's definitely made for me. Last but not least, we have the tank top, which is actually like a sleeper tee.
She said $40. Marissa said, I think she said in past videos that was $40. That's 40 buckaroos. That's insane.
So it fits well. It's super loose.
That's insane. That's crazy. Why would you ever spend that on an ugly shirt?
It's long, and this is what it looks like from the side. This is probably...
This is no... What the fuck is this? What is this print? What is that supposed to be? Is that a... Is that AI art? I think it might be.
Tee. So it fits well. It's super loose. It's long. And this...
It fits well, and we're picking at the shirt. No, it doesn't fit well, Ambi.
This is what it looks like from the side. This is probably...
I don't know what the fuck this is meant to be. Is it a snake or a tentacle? Snake? Where's its head? Oh, the head's right at the top. Right. So is it snake and a butterfly and... Or 3 butterflies? It looks like a fucking octopus tentacle. An eel? Oh, maybe it's an eel. Maybe it's an eel and 3 butterflies, or just like gum leaves, or something. Bro, I don't know. This looks. I don't like. Why buy this print at all? Just get this in solid colors and call it a basic and be done. Snake tickle. It's not leaves. Is it not leaves? Is it meant to be leaves or butterflies? This is like a Rorschach test. Rorschach? I think so. Like, is it leaves or butterflies? You tell me, chat. Because either way, it makes no fucking sense. 0 sense. It's made. It's ugly. Send it back.
Probably not something that I would ever, like, wear out. But if I did, I'd probably have, like, a cardigan over it.
But why do the leaves look like butterflies? Like, why is there not one, like, where her hair is, and then one down here, and maybe like one up here, and maybe one off to the side, and a little one like here. I think flower petals? Oh, is it meant to be like a lily? Is it a snake like going through lilies? Man, this does not work in this ugly black like print. What is this meant to be? I would understand it more if we had like color. Girl, this is giving like LuLaRoe leggings vibes. In the like they stole this art from somewhere and then didn't understand it kind of way. AI snake. Yeah, well look at its nose. Like what the fuck's going on there? Like this is the top of its head. What? Oh, hold on. This is the top of its head. Why does it look like a giant nostril? Or like 2 fingers? Looks like bay leaves Sansa. Huh. Yeah, I hate this. I don't like it at all.
And I'd have to lose a little bit more weight to feel like comfortable in it. And by the way, don't let anyone ever make you feel bad of like, if you're wearing a sleeper tee in public and you feel comfy, do it. If you're wearing a bikini top as a bralette, do it. If you're wearing a long shirt as a dress, do it. Do you, wear what you love and wear what you feel good in and what you
Oh god, fuck, Anna is here.
feel comfortable in.
Shout out Glitter and Lasers, hope you're having a day.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say that that was a pretty good Torrid haul. And we can't forget about this cardigan. So I did try it on in my last video when
I'm not gonna lie, this style of cardigan is camp and kitsch, and I love it.
actually did the haul, and
Now y'all might say, Poppy, usually I agree with your fashion choices, but this is a dumpster fire nightmare. I know, but sometimes it's a small guilty pleasure.
absolutely love it. I almost cannot wait until like
I need a sky blue crochet knit, whatever situation type of deal this is, oversized cardigan with fried eggs on it. That's what I need. And I'd get little fried egg earrings to match. And then I would put this on like after a shower in winter and just wrap myself in it and watch like Nigella or something. You know? It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. I live.
like the cold weather comes back because it's fixing to be spring.
Oh, this could be like my Sunday morning pancake like cardigan when it's a little bit chilly and I just decide I really want to make pancakes that morning.
And then summer. And your girl is not
With
gonna
a picnic basket purse. Oh, perfect for fall, honestly.
be wanting to wear this. All right, you guys, we're gonna try another fact.
Those are flowers, not eggs. Well, not in my head canon, Shay. Oh no, timer! Get down! Can I get one? Could I get one? Should I get one? Oh, I don't know, chat. I mean, we are just coming out of summer and the cooler months are just around the corner. And I've been good, so I do deserve a treat. And I do have a hat that would match these fried egg flowers really well. $90? $90 builder? That's insane. I'm gonna have to go to a thrift store and find one of these. Fried daisies. $90. Did someone hand make this? Holy hell. No. Okay, we'll put that on the list for when Torrid's doing a clearance again.
Fixing to be spring and then summer. And your girl is not gonna be wanting to wear this. All right, you guys, we're gonna try another factor meal. So
okay, how many Weight Watchers points in this? We haven't spoken about Weight Watchers at all in this.
This one I'm very nervous about. It's the Louisiana shrimp with smoked Gouda
They're
cauliflower
daisies? Well, yeah, daisies sunny side up. Exactly, Christy.
grits, chicken andouille tomato gravy, and there's also
Oh, does Amazon have a dupe? Okay.
broccoli in here. I'm hesitant, okay? It is a little liquidy compared to like what I was expecting it to be like, because trust me, I've had grits before. Love them, but they did not look like this. I'm fully aware that this is cauliflower grits.
Girl, I've got to ask, why have we got a traumatic timer in the background? For the current girlfriend.
So it is different, but let's try it.
Oh, boop. No, I didn't.
Okay. The flavor is so good. So shrimp for me is hit or miss depending on texture. I love the taste of shrimp, but texture is where it kind of gets me.
See, the thing with that cardigan, and the reason why I might have thought $90 handmade, was it just kind of looks like a big blanket. So maybe I'm just maybe that's what I need. Maybe I don't need a cardigan. Maybe I just need a big blanket with some fried daisies on it. Maybe that'd be better. A little bit more versatile than a cardigan, to be fair.
Texture. I love the taste of shrimp, but texture is where it kind of gets me. Gotta blow it off first. I'm just gonna take a bite of it.
It's really, really weird that you'd include a timer, considering there were never timers.
The texture and the taste is actually perfect. I was so hesitant on that. I'm gonna get some of the juices. Well, the grits. I mean, this is like a, what did it say? Chicken andouille tomato gravy. So maybe that's why it's so liquidy, but it's good. Now let's try the
timer's psychotic. Toby, I'm inclined to agree.
broccoli.
Because this would have all happened. She's doing this early March, like the first couple of days of March. So I'm assuming this is in direct retaliation to Beck's conversation about always having their movements and times monopolized.
It's storming here. Yes, it is. I'm telling you, their vegetables are on
Taunting, I reckon, yeah.
point. But yeah, it's storming here.
Hold on. Let me just... There we go.
It was hailing earlier. Not my power, I was gonna say my power. My internet is flickering. Genuinely, it's just been hectic on it. Holy, this is good. Wow. So I'm sure some of you are like, why is there a stopwatch behind you?
No, actually, no one's been asking that.
Well, I'll explain in a second. Let me enjoy this delicious broccoli. A lot of people think that like mukbangs are coming back. Literally no. Literally no. People are
You're literally doing a mukbang inside of a vlog right now. Literally.
thinking because I'm sitting down eating a meal
On camera, talking.
that I'm like highly editing that it's a mukbang. Literally no. A mukbang is where you eat large quantities of food
No, it's not.
and you get to watch the person actually enjoy it, chew their food, etc., etc. But that is
Girl, you sound dumb.
not what's happening here. I have been editing down my eating so much that I take out 97% of my chewing. And the reason why
I'm sure it takes you 5 hours editing on your phone. Your life is very hard.
I have this little stopwatch back here is because people were like, oh my god, she's eating it so fast. She's just like gulping it down in like 2 minutes. No, it's because I'm like highly editing it because it's not a mukbang. I'm literally a person who lives alone and who eats alone every single day, all of my meals, and I get lonely. Yes, I do. So sometimes it's nice to come on here and be like, let's...
Girl, you're not with anyone when you do a mukbang. I do not understand this, like, insane concept of, you guys, I just felt alone, so I decided to turn the camera on. It's like, God, there's no one fucking there. I could argue that you would be less alone in a live stream where you have a chat to talk to. But you're talking to yourself. You are alone. Lydia, thank you for the super chat, honey. Lydia says that you should learn to embroider. You could put fried eggs or flowers on anything. Oh, Lydia, I haven't tried so many times. I've tried to teach myself twice. It's just tension. I can't get the crochet tension right. And it fills me with grief. It's not that big of a deal. It just makes me sad. Thank you for the super chat.
Try a factor meal. And I think it's a really cool concept for people who like are too lazy to cook or who can't cook or who don't have time to cook. Like it doesn't even matter why you have it, but yeah. A mukbang is very...
Sure, girl. I think Factor seems really convenient and really easy and a great solution for people who are conscious of resources, time, and just want to be able to get something out of the fridge. But you do sweet fuck all with your life outside of Legos and dumb shit on the internet. Saying that you don't have the time to cook is a lie. Is an absolute lie. Mai, thank you for the super chat, honey. Mai says, girl has completely lost the cloth. The washcloth?
very much not what I'm doing.
She might have lost a washcloth or two. Damn, that joke would have been funny if it had come out right.
I don't know, it's just weird. It's almost like people want that, but they say that they don't, but they really do. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a form of like reverse psychology. I don't know. This is just a
Kate Buns asks a good question. Buns asks, how does she know people think mukbangs are coming back when she's 2 weeks behind and we haven't gotten to the mukbangs?
eat with me moment, and I'm lonely, and I want to eat with the people who enjoy eating with me. And there's a lot of you,
Oh, okay, so you're on a FaceTime call now or something, huh? Because you got that earbud in.
who feel alone and who do message me and say, I miss eating with you. And I'm never going to film like full
Feeders? Is it Slommy? Is it Feeders saying that? It's probably Feeders.
fledged mukbangs again. It's not going to happen. But little moments like this throughout my vlog.
Oh, Amber Reid, who's come online and cried about having BED and curing it herself and unpacking hard relationships with foods and sits here at a dainty 500 pounds. Ooh, I miss eating with you. Yeah, that seems like a smart, healthy choice to make as a content creator.
I don't mind doing that. Because trust me, I get it. I know a lot about loneliness. And I'm really working on, like, bettering myself. And I'm on Weight Watchers. Definitely not going to be
Okay, so the timeline was correct.
perfect, but I'm working on my relationship with food. And I
Where? Girl, where?
like sharing that with you guys. And I think factors...
You're not sharing shit. You're sharing the fact that you're eating refrigerated TV dinners. Share what? Share where? You're also eating fucking beef jerky. You're not taking us on the gurney of Weight Watchers. You'll probably take us on a gurney at some point in time, but that's a grim statement to make.
You're going to help me with that because it's such a wide variety of foods as well. I am absolutely shocked with how good the shrimp is. And the cauliflower grits, I would have no idea that that's cauliflower. But I like cauliflower, so I'd like it regardless. Last piece of broccoli. She's a biggin. Now we have our last shrimp here.
Okay.
Yum. Definitely going to be getting this one again. This was
Does
actually
that make it beef gherky? Yes, boop.
actually one of the ones that I gave my stepdad, and he said he really liked it. All right. So I ate it all. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Wow. And thank you guys for having a meal with me. All right. Day 6.
Oh my god. Take me out.
On step 242, and this is how it is looking. We now have 2 seats. Look at that. So I actually just got done editing this video, and I was about to like get it scheduled and all that stuff, and I realized I do not have an
Ooh, green eyeliner. I like this.
outro. I didn't realize how long this video was, but I hope that you guys...
Is this a Nightmare Before Christmas shirt? It is. Oh my god, I am Raven Simonier. I do not believe in coincidences. Good job, brain.
did enjoy it and enjoyed the length of it, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
You know what? I enjoy the length of it regardless of whatever. Alright. Chat, we're done with Ambi's nonsense. Now we're going to go over and visit Beck's channel. So again, if you'd like to show some support, there's a link down in the description button. If you could give it or in the description box, if you could give it a click, go over. If you haven't yet, say hi, give a thumbs up, give a like from me. Do all of the things because it takes a village, people. And man, Beck's got some stories today, which is fabulous. So we're going to get started with this. Everything I say in this video is representative of my opinions and experience. Any other claims are alleged by myself or others involved. Please be respectful to all parties. Do you reckon Ambi's gonna try suing?
Hey everyone, if you felt crazy after watching everything unfold last week, you're not alone.
There was a lot. There was a lot that happened. A lot. Kelsey, thank you for the super chat, honey. Kelsey says, I stand a colored eyeliner. Teal is my favorite. Ooh, work.
Trust me, I'm
Thanks,
feeling
honey.
it myself. There's been so much coming out, it's been really hard to keep up. The
Chat, have you all got your washcloths, though? Just go get one. You might need it.
reactions and live streams and the podcast with Casey and now Amber's last live stream on Thursday, it has just all been overwhelming. Amber's live was hard for me to watch. It brought up a lot of emotions I've had to confront. Her language, outlook, and how she twists everything was very triggering. And some...
Yeah, I can imagine. It was, like, even as an audience member very removed from the situation, it was, like, shocking.
Some of it was clearly an attempt to attack my character and discredit me and what I've said about her. Because of that, I had to comb through everything she said, take notes, and try my best to wrap my head around what was going on.
See, Ambi, this is the way you should do it. This is the way you should do it. Like, if you're going to come online and say, oh, these people are lying about me, make a list.
Reaction channels have really helped so much with that, and it's difficult seeing so many people watch her lie about me and others while trying to manipulate the narrative. But they remember things even I don't remember sometimes, and getting the outside perspective has been incredibly
Not the thank you reaction channels.
important.
Oh, that's going to piss Ambi off.
And enlightening. I've been trying to keep myself from having to address her directly most of the time. I did consider making this video at her specifically, but when I was writing this, I found out that she wasn't who I wanted to talk to. I wanted to tell you what I thought and what I'm feeling. This is all really new to me. Yes, I've talked about our past relationship before.
Honestly, and I'll say it again, Beck's just doing a really good job at being kind of thoughtful and answering the questions that they know that the audience is interested in hearing about, but also taking absolutely none of Ambi's fucking dried up, caked on shit.
But not to the
And I'm sorry, but expect more of that.
extent I have the last month or so. And I've been on YouTube in the past, but I've never had this amount of support behind me until recently. Now with more public support comes more attention and more expectations. I knew talking
Editing? We live.
about her again would bring a lot of eyes my way, and I don't want to let anyone down. But I can't stand by and let fear stop me from talking about what I went through and bringing awareness to covert narcissism and mental, emotional, and financial abuse. All of
I mean, call it out, hey.
survivors deserve to be advocated for, whether it is physical or psychological. Amber herself was once a victim of abuse in her childhood, but she has continuously weaponized her trauma to manipulate people into getting her way in many different scenarios. Even now,
Yeah, she's also she's also used every diagnosis and every past trauma as a shield for criticism. And back in the day, the criticism was relatively, like, compared to what it is now, like, bonkers. Like, I think Ambi collectively in this corner of the internet is viewed as pretty much an abusive monster. And back then, we had no concept of what was going on, but she was still so pressed and panini upset when people offered relatively valid criticism on just terrible content. Now, people are offering, like, thoughts, opinions, and criticism based on her, like, actions towards other human beings. It's crazy.
how she is doing that, trying to paint herself to look like as much of a victim as her own victims. She wants me to tuck my tail and run away from this like I've done before, but I won't be doing that this time. First, I want to say that I understand if Amber has maybe swayed your opinion of me. It's so easy to get
No.
swept up in her confusion and manipulation. I was swept up in it for many years, and you don't have to like me to still hold Amber and people like her accountable publicly for
And to be fair as well, like, no, not to be fair, but that, like, the word confusion really does represent Ambi so very well. Not in her own way, but in the fact that she has spent 10 years on the internet trying to confuse every situation, confuse diagnoses, confuse, like, criticisms, feedbacks, like, history, events, perspectives. She's always wanted to be the one in control of the narrative, and one of the biggest issues she had with reaction channels, commentary channels, clip show channels, etc., is that we collectively have quite a bank of memory of, you said this thing happened, you did this is how it happened. Oh, I'm building up, like, in my lizard brain, even only having watched Ambi for 5 years, I have a pretty good understanding of Ambi as a person. Now, she would sit here and argue, oh no, you only see what I allow you to see. You know, I don't even know who I am. The me on camera is not the real me, blah, 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 blah. That's just her trying to, like, control people's opinions of her. And that's fucking impossible. You can't do that. Crazy behavior.
many years, and you don't have to like me to still hold Amber and people like her accountable publicly for the harm that they cause. I will link some videos in the description for channels that really helped me make sense of this whole mess. But I just ask that you give me a chance to make some points before forming your whole opinion. It has been difficult.
No stress, Beck. My opinion's been made based on Ambi's content. It is genuinely quite upsetting to hear that, like, one of the side characters in our fun little internet story was going through 4 years of terrible situations with another person, the main character. But we're all here.
Difficult to understand and tell my truth because this has all been so messy and emotional from the beginning with Amber. Secondly, I want you to keep in mind 2 things that I've learned about while trying to make sense of what I went through. Darvo is a manipulation tactic often
I'm learning.
used by narcissists and abusers when confronted about their behaviors and actions. Deny stands for downplaying or minimizing severity of actions, deny it happened, reject responsibility for it, or refuse to acknowledge it. Attack means attacking credibility, character, or motivations and exaggerating or lying counter accusations to divert attention from them. Reverse victim and offender, twisting the narrative to make them the real victim of abuse, casting blame onto someone else to regain control, and manipulating emotions to get sympathy or pity.
See, it's so refreshing because it like, really, when I get the feeling when we watch Beck's content, like, they're authentic, They are well informed, and clearly they've done a lot of work, like, working through all of this stuff, because they speak with such, like, authority on a topic or a subject that fucking Ambi and Foodie wish.
And the narcissist prayer, coined by Dana Craig, used to demonstrate the way the narcissist thinks about their actions. That didn't happen. And if it did, it wasn't that bad. And if it was, that's not a big deal.
Oh my god, really one? Crazy.
And if it is, that's not my fault. And if it was, I didn't mean it. And if I did, you deserved it. I think for someone who claims to not be a narcissist and to only have a few narcissistic traits, these patterns are very similar, if not exactly what she's done and is doing now. However, I don't want you guys to believe I am some perfect victim of Amber Reid. I'm not, and have never been perfect before her or after. She continues to say that everyone believes I am all good and she is all bad. She acts as if I've never been criticized in the past or now. But the truth is, she has never been able to take criticism and still can't handle it.
That's very true.
Anyone who has ever had something to say about the crappy things that she has done is against her and has it all wrong. And it is not just to me, but all of her exes and the majority of her audience and the YouTube community, including reaction channels past and present. On the subject of not being perfect.
I mean, yeah, you'd think after being on the internet for 10 years, you would have somebody in your corner. You know? Like, I do find it, and again, like, this might be shady towards Eric and Ricky, but, like, there's not one person who's engaged with Amber Reid on a, like, platform level that has anything to say about them that is nice.
Reactive abuse exists within personal relationships, and I'm sure that I've said some inappropriate or mean things to Amber. During fights and arguments, a lot of sensitive things were being brought up, and I can't remember now the things I said, but we were having long-lasting problems in our relationship because of her continued behavior and our situation. Reactive abuse doesn't mean that...
Josie, I'd be really interested to know, like, what Beck's process was for putting this together, because they'd spoken about in the past how much more confident and comfortable they feel when they write out a script, so I imagine there was, like, a reasonable amount of, like, thought and, like, process to all of this, which is great because it shows, like, it's confident, it's thought out, there's editing to go along with it, it's all speaking in relatively, like, plain terms, like, in the setup before the, like, lived experience situation type of deal.
That you're not being abused. I may not remember saying at least my family didn't do drugs, but that is not representative of my true feelings then or now. I have my own family members, my sister and my aunt, who struggled with their own addictions. My sister's been in recovery for 20 years and we sadly lost our aunt. I really don't think I would have said those things, but it was a long time ago, and I can't be sure what I said or what she was saying to me before that happened. She showed no proof, and I don't have any either. But regardless, conflict can be used by...
Because Ambi's got that second phone.
...toxic...
that she lies about.
...people who love to push and bring you down to their level. They do this to make you feel that they are not the problem, and instead, you are both the problem. Amber, I want to remind you that I would have never been on YouTube if it wasn't for you putting me on your channel to begin with. I wouldn't have talked to Karina last year if you wouldn't have still been talking about me.
Good. Cause and effect.
Probably wouldn't have ever come back to my channel if you had not continued talking about me. And now I'm back and I don't know what I'm doing, but our audience is intertwined and you can't pretend that there isn't years of evidence showing your pattern of abusive behaviors toward every single one of your exes. We can't all be lying, Amber.
I mean, that's true, and that's the real tea, is that not only is it multiple partners, but it's also all been recorded on the internet. I'll be really interested to hear what Beck and Destiny have to talk about. That'll be the real tea.
I don't know where to start, so I'm going to just do what she couldn't do and list out exactly what she lied about in this live stream. Number 1, Amber claimed she never talked about me after the proposal story on her channel. Except she did. She made another video with my name in the title a couple weeks later. She talked about me on her Instagram stories and in her...
There was a lot, and that's the thing that I often forget, because I'm not about Ambi's, like, Instagram Q&As and shit. That was so tiresome to try to follow. But I do think a large portion of the YouTube audience in particular does forget that Ambi was over there on Instagram talking about Beck consistently. Like, Ambi could have made the choice to just not answer some of those questions. Did she? Absolutely not.
Q&As and in the comments of other people's live streams and videos. She even talked about me to people in her private life, according to Alexis, but I care less about that.
That's well said, Lottie. Yes.
The online stuff she knew people would see. And how many times now has she said she is done talking about me or the situation, and then talks about it again? I've lost count. Number 2. She says she couldn't access the joint bank account that she had a card to with her name on it. I will continue to get into this more when I cover financial abuse later in this video. Same with buying me a car. Number 3. Amber said that I claim to never have met Jade or Libby.
Which we know was false because, again, my memory's not that terrible, but Beck was still living there when Jade started getting involved with Amby. Like, Beck was still in the house.
Just isn't true. There is
And I remembered, Beck, I thought Amby had moved by the time Beck was more involved in all of that stuff. And that's where the Libby, meeting happened. Because it was online. It was on, like, a live stream or something.
Of me saying I met Jade before, as well as videos of me being in the same room as Jade. Libby, I did say that I never met, but that's because I'm pretty sure we never did meet in person. There's a video of me sitting with Amber and talking while she was on YouNow with Libby.
Yeah, I thought so.
I did not meet Libby. I knew of Libby as a friend of Amber's she knew while with Destiny. Number 4. She says that Eric and Ricky told her that I admitted to using her for money and called her a fat fucking bitch. And I know some of you really wanted that last part to be true, but I truly do not remember saying those things to Eric or Ricky. I did complain about Amber sometimes, but I never made fun of Amber's weight or body, even after the breakup. And why would I admit to using Amber for money if that's what I was doing? It just doesn't make sense. Eric and Ricky are also notorious gossips, and they love
Oh, I do love that part.
the drama. They told me back when we were still talking that my own sister and Logan were talking crap about me behind my back.
Specifically Eric, I imagine, out there just stirring the pot, just doing a little dance, stirring it up.
And they weren't. Number 5. Amber claimed to have told me many times to go get a job if I was so bored, and that she supported me in working or starting my own business. She also said
she absolutely did not. A lie.
That I only ever Ubered twice. That was a lie. I drove for Uber when I could, off and on, even after the breakup. Buying me some art supplies doesn't equal being supportive of me working and having a job. She admits herself in this live stream that she was controlling of my time and never wanted me to leave her alone. Which is it, Amber? Was I allowed to leave to work, or did I always need to be with you? Number 6.
Yeah, I mean, like, even Destiny had stories about Amby's controlling nature while Destiny was trying to work. We knew that that was, like, where that relationship had evolved into between Amby and Beck. Amby was not going to let Beck go out of the house for more than, like, 30 minutes at a time.
She tells people in her live that I said we weren't friends after the breakup, and that isn't entirely true. On my channel, I've said before that we hung out after the breakup, but that after I moved out, we were only friendly. We rarely saw each other unless I was dealing with my stuff at the apartment, and sometimes we were with mutuals. She continued to reach out to me every once in a while, and I continued to keep the peace when I had to, because I still had people and stuff connected to her. Number 7. She lies about giving me her doctor's appointment slot for our psychiatrist because she was so worried for me. I don't understand this one, or even why she thought that's how doctor appointments work. But
okay. So I thought I'd gone crazy or just really misunderstood and misinterpreted, like, healthcare in the US, because I remember asking that exact same question. It's like, what do you mean you've got an appointment and you've just given it to someone else? Is that how that works? What?
I will
What?
bring this up again when I talk about my health history later in this video. Number 8. Amber dances around implying
100% shit talking Lottie. 100%. I wonder if that's the reason why Eric and Ricky, or Eric in particular, because Eric was the one with the channel back then, just weren't interested in coming back online. Maybe.
That I pressured her for sex by asking her to be in a relationship. You have no idea how nauseated I felt hearing that.
Yeah, that one was pretty grim.
I'm going to be going into more details and telling you the whole story of that night. Number 9. Claims she never saw the settlement money and that, quote, it just went into the joint account. I don't know what happened to it.
It just went into the account. Just...
Number
clownery.
10. She lied and said that she took the joint debit card away from me because Jade was uncomfortable. That card was only attached to the joint account we shared that originally was my account, and by that time she already had a separate private account with the same bank that all of her money was going into.
Oh, messy.
Number 11. Amber also lied about free bleeding, about how long I helped her wipe, how often I brushed her hair, and how often she showered. And then she also read out a chat about us both having hygiene issues. But I will once again get more into that in another section. Next, I will address the screenshots that she did show in her live stream and the situations surrounding them from what I remember. Screenshot A. Stop talking crap. September
Oh my god, a full list of receipts. We live.
7th, 2022. Prior to
Organized, date stamped.
this, I had made a video on my channel that briefly mentioned Amber. I watched a Karina video and talked about it. I mentioned past relationships, and when I brought up Amber, I said something like, there were good and bad times, and she made a video shortly after that, on September 6th, that talked in length about my proposal to her.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not that was like a vindictive, like, gotcha from Ambi, but it had the scent of it.
In her video, she belittled me again and talked badly about me, making the whole thing sound like something she never wanted and was below her. Apparently, I sent her this text the next day. B. Last effing warning. Stop talking about me. All you do is talk about me, and I just want to forget you and all the bullshit. I will stop being silent if you don't, and I'm not the only one who has a lot to say about you. Final effing warning. Take my name out of your mouth, and I will get the law involved.
See, I don't know why Ambi tried to present this as if it were, again, a gotcha or relevant, because, like, I think anybody would have assumed that that text had been sent a couple of times.
I think this one is pretty self-explanatory. It was a little over a year after the breakup, and I had just had enough. If I didn't see when she would post something about me, someone was sending it to me, and in those moments, I just wanted nothing to do with her anymore. I'd finally broken up with her and gotten away, and I needed time to be left alone.
Just want to add that even though we were technically friends, she has a pattern of staying friends with her exes until they can't handle it anymore. See, literally all of them. Sure, we saw each other occasionally, but I really wanted to keep my distance as much as I could. Yeah, it seems like distance, but amicable because still tied up in their life. Messy. Kelsey, thank you for the super chat, honey. Kelsey says, Beck is prepped for tax season with all these receipts. Oh, a fun little, what are those little, like, visors that accountants have? You know, the ones with, like, the green film in them? Yeah, that'd be fun.
Screenshot B. The banking. A. How much money is in the bank account? B. Sends screenshot of account that both of them had access to. She doesn't show a date for when this was, but it seems like it is before she opened her private account with the same bank. I want to reiterate that when we got together, only I had a bank account. She asked to deposit the money she would make from YouTube into my account because she did.
But he doesn't know. If not only shamed her demeaned Beck and the relationship they had, but just opposed it with her new relationship and how much better her new partner treated her. Oh, that's true. How much healthier their relationship was. Yeah, man. Like, actually grim. Ugh.
Did not have her own. So this is the only time that she was not able to see what was in the account or access it herself. I don't remember exactly when we went to the bank, but it was around 2018, 2019, somewhere in there. That day she opened her own private account and also officially had her name put on mine.
That seems like really weird behavior. Why would you not just open a joint account or get one under both of your names and you guys could put money into it separately? That's really weird.
Making my account the joint account that we both had access to. Eventually,
oh, don't let anyone ever do that to you ever. That's just a recipe for trouble.
she had her YouTube checks directly depositing into her private account. But when it was
so she's a lying sack of shit. Got it.
Was in the joint, and when it wasn't hers, she had full access to both. I only had a card for the joint account that was originally mine.
So like, those two stories are distinctively different. I've got to side with Beck's, like, story of events? History of events. I gotta side with Beck on this one. I don't trust Ambi as far as I can throw her. It's not that far.
After quitting my job and slowly becoming her full-time caretaker, I had no money of my own going into the account, but nothing was spent without her knowing about it or being the one to spend it herself. Screenshot B.2 Banking. September 2nd, 2021, only a couple months after breakup, June 19th, 2021.
Chelsea, is it crazy? It sounds bonkers. Like, I don't know. Like, the whole situation, like, a bank account, always have a bank account. Always have your own bank account. Always. My God.
A. You need to open your own bank account. Just open a new one. I'm going to keep this one for now. I need you to start using your own money for redacted and stuff. Plus, when I pay you on this 22nd, I don't want you using this bank account anymore. B.
It was Beck's bank account. Fuck off.
Then go to the effing bank with me. So I believe that this was when she was urging me to open a new account and take myself off the joint account. That, again, used to be my account.
That is crazy behavior. What use did Ambi have for that account? None. Back off.
I'm pretty sure that I needed her to go with me to the bank to make these changes to the account. And I just wanted to say also that it's weird that the way she shows these screenshots, I can't read them myself, and she reads them out loud. But in some, she doesn't read it directly. It just throws doubt around.
Oh yeah, she's playing choosy with the text messages, don't you worry.
I also want to add that I think the thing that she marked out was weed, and I don't care if people know that I used to smoke. I did care once upon a time, but that's all I can think of that might be redacted in that message. And I think...
Did Amber even have a state ID at that time? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not.
Maybe why she said this is because she might have bought me a vape or some at some point. Screenshot C, lying to audience, April 17th, 2022. A. I am literally getting harassed because people think I lied about us still being friends.
Oh my god, the importance in Amber Lynn's life.
Why can't I just tell them I wasn't lying? This sucks so bad. B. It's best they don't know. As sad as it is, that would kill my channel. I do not want them knowing. It will be an even bigger, more messy thing. I'm going to address that I saw you and gave the rings, but we don't hang out, dude. That's just how it has to be.
I didn't realize the "we don't hang out" dude is in caps.
That's what they have to know. YouTube is my only
At least it is in this rewriting.
income, and I'm only getting like $200. Amber adds that I said that I had a job even though I didn't. A. What about the backlash I'm getting for lying even though I'm not lying? B. If this comes out, it would be even less. Amber adds that this was about money. A. I'm choosing you over myself. B. You should have said nothing at all. Amber didn't say that part. B. I lost my job. Okay, this is the big one I know a lot of people wanted me to address. Amber says that I completely denied being friends after our breakup. I didn't deny...
Beck said, my live stream was recent. However, I do think I probably said we were not in contact in my older videos on my channel. Yeah, more than likely. I mean, I didn't think that story had changed all that much, that Beck and Amber had seen each other, but that was because they had mutual friends. And Beck was still fucking living in that apartment for 3 months after the breakup, being forced to sleep in the bed with the crusty shit-stained monster. I don't know who you're talking about. Pretty, thank you for being here for 49 months. Pretty says, I didn't have any of this on my bingo card. Girl, washcloths, honestly. What a mess. What a stinky, stinky mess.
Friends with her entirely in my live stream. But I didn't say we were friends because I did not see us as friends. I explained that we did see each other in passing, when I needed to go to the apartment where some of my things still were, whenever she asked me to do something for her, and while being with mutual friends. To explain the screenshot, Amber mentioned me in a different video and told the audience that we were still friends at that time. This is why I said you should have said nothing at all, which she conveniently did not read out loud, except I didn't consider us to be really friends at the time, and I didn't want her talking about me on her channel. I was scared of the audience, the haters, and the fans of Amber. I didn't want my channel to be all about her, and
Honestly, Lottie, I was gonna ask, like, that situation of... I don't know how it works over in the States. I don't know if Amber would have needed to have gone to the bank to change Beck's personal account into, like, a shared account, or whether or not Amber would have needed to have shown, like, ID or, like, proof of residency or anything like that. But I do find it really fucking bizarre that a bank would see two people and for that conversation to go, hi, I've got a personal account under my name. I need to turn that into a share account with this person. Oh, you, like, married or anything? No, we're just dating. Okay. Did they just want to open a separate account or something? No, we want to change this one to a shared account. Oh. That's weird.
didn't want to give
Red flag. Oh, I don't have a red washcloth. Damn it.
her or anyone else any reason to talk about me. Instead of telling her, no, Amber, I'm not your friend, I asked her not to say that we were friends. I had forgotten that I sent a message like that. So when I denied her lying for me, I didn't remember this instance, and forgetting that is on me. But she wants to make this out to be an example of her always lying to her audience for me and to spare me and protect me. That's just
This, like, reading through these texts, honestly, just seems like Beck wanted to, like, protect themselves and for it to be peaceful. It was not some, like, maniacal plan to, like, get a gotcha on Amber or, like, inconsequentially forget a lie or lie to the audience or anything. I honestly I don't think there's any malice in this. It was literally just, holy shit, this person I've been dating for 4 years is an absolute nightmare and I'm still tied up in their life and I need to at least be amicable with this highly emotional individual.
isn't the case. I believe she's only bringing this up because I
Oh my god, you've got a red washcloth? Nice.
admitted to lying in her videos for her on different occasions. I want to apologize to my audience for not being honest with you all at that time. I'm sorry that I was still afraid of being authentic and genuine with you all. I thought that if I could just ignore Amber and Girl World, that would be the safest path. I hope I...
Oh, well, it's a path, yeah. Captain Morgan, thank you for the super chat, honey. Captain says, when I was preparing to leave my ex, I had to go out when he was working to a bank and make my own account. Oh, I was being tracked and so anxious about time. I wonder if the bank person could tell. Do you know what? Something in me, and Captain Morgan, I hope you're doing well, and thank you for the support, honey. Something in me, is screaming in my brain that people who are in those positions, like service workers, people who deal with the public all the time in those very specific instances, there's got to be some type of education, training, all of that kind of stuff to help people see when people are in potentially a bad situation. I'm glad you're well.
can prove to you I have learned from those experiences and changed. I also want to apologize for my memory loss. I know Amber said herself that she has bad memory, and I'm sure that it was just an additional thing to muddy the waters of what was real and what wasn't. But I do wish I had more proof for you. Obviously, there are years of videos out there, and I rely on people bringing things to my attention a lot of the time when it comes to stuff posted publicly. However, I deleted all of our messages, texts, and other things.
See, Moonface says, I used to be a Western Union rep, and we were trained on how to spot scam romances, scams in particular. See, there you go.
I didn't want to look at them anymore. I didn't want to
it makes sense.
Read them or see
financial control and abuse and all of that kind of stuff. Like obviously, if you've got someone there seeing it,
them or think
I'd
about
assume that that's what. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm just gonna stop talking
about them. They're gone, unfortunately, so I can't debunk or even look at the rest of the conversation for the screenshots she shows. During our relationship, I lacked a lot of independence and self-agency. I did a lot for her.
Also, the thing is that doesn't make sense in that whole bank account timeline with Ambi is that Ambi said, "Oh, once I left Destiny, I didn't have a bank account, so I just made we just made Beck's account a joint account." That's bonkers, crazy bananas to me. Because didn't Ambi live alone between Destiny and Beck? So how was Ambi getting access to her YouTube payments and stuff if she wasn't living with Destiny? Unless she was still using Destiny's account. I think there's a lie in there. I think there's a lie in that timeline because that doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up. There was a break between Destiny and Beck. And then you're telling me, Ambi, that you went straight from being a shared account with Destiny to a shared account with Beck. But there was, a break in between. That doesn't add up. How are you paying bills, girl?
But I couldn't get myself to do anything for me. I was depressed, and it was only getting worse the longer our relationship went on. She was dependent on me and wanted me to be dependent on her too. Codependence is hard to break out of. I slipped into it.
That's true, Lottie. That's fair.
So quickly, I didn't realize I had lost all agency for myself. And then once I was in it was too difficult to stand on my own again. I've seen people compare...
I do actually wonder what that process was like with the bank. Whether or not Beck could just do it online or if it had to be in person. I don't know. I know these are really, insignificant, tiny things, but it's just scary.
And then once I was in it was too difficult to stand on my own again. I've seen people compare it to boiling a lobster or crab. You put them in the water first and slowly raise the heat so they don't realize they are being cooked alive. Things Amber admitted to. Number 1. She admitted to being mean and rude and talking down to me in videos and behind the camera. But she didn't... I
shouldn't laugh, but that one is very apparent, yes.
Admit that this was a form of public humiliation.
It has to be in person in American banks? Oh, there you go.
I believe she used to control me and keep my self-esteem low. Number 2. Amber said that she was horrible to Destiny. No shocker there, but I do wonder why she kept saying she wasn't going to talk about Destiny in this live stream. I can only guess.
I'm assuming because Ambi is apprehensive about Beck and Destiny having a conversation.
Number 3. Admits to buying love and attention from partners and friends, yet doesn't admit to financial abuse at all. Amber, there is a difference between being generous and holding things over people's heads as leverage because you paid for something. Number 4. Amber says that she went through my phone a lot because of trust issues, but then shows journal entries to, in her eyes, prove that I did read her journals.
Yeah, that journal dumb shit proved absolutely nothing.
First, I never said that she didn't let me read any of her physical journals. I said that she wouldn't let me go through her phone because she said there were private journals on it. Yet she says that I could read her journals anytime and she wouldn't have cared if I looked at her phone, but that I never really had asked her anyway. Number 5. She admits that she does not feel that I was abusive towards her, But then why do all of this, Amber? Number 6. She admits to being manipulative toward me and others to get what she wants out of them. Number 7. And finally, she admits that she shouldn't have asked me to drive during the times that I was physically and mentally ill. More on that later. At first glance, it may sound like she admitted to quite a few things, and she did, but she did not take real accountability for them.
Farah, that's good. Have you heard of Amber Reid?
She spent the worst part of 3 hours talking about things she went through and only accepting the small things she felt weren't as bad to distract and minimize the impact of the bigger problems at hand. Admitting to vague things like being controlling and manipulative, but not acknowledging that the impact of her being controlling of my time was me not being able to look for a job, save money, or even spend time with my dying mother.
Yeah, Amber really didn't answer any questions around, like, Beck putting money aside or anything. Like, that would have been interesting and insightful. And I'm going to assume was the truth from Beck.
Amber continuously denied or straight up ignored the bigger issues or the details that didn't support her explanation for her behaviors. Things Amber denied/ignored. Number 1, she denied still talking about me after the breakup. Number 2, she denied asking me to send her the settlement inheritance money and me sending it to her for bills and other things she paid for. Number 3, she fully...
Oh, did it go into the shared account and then did Amber take it out? Probably.
Denied ever being financially abusive to anyone because of her infamous kindness and generosity. Number 4, denied using a timer even though I said sometimes...
Amber thinks that because she pays for someone's lifestyle, she's entitled to their time, attention, and love. That's what it is.
Sometimes she did, and sometimes she didn't. She only said this to make it sound like I wasn't telling the truth about her tracking the time for things I did. Number 5.
Oh no, not the wiping.
She underestimated how much I helped her with her personal hygiene, saying that I only wiped her for 9 months and that I got her a bucket a couple times and only brushed her hair
I should have got a bucket.
once. She also denies free bleeding, though I was under the impression she had admitted this before in her videos, but I have no idea which video it could be if she did. Number 6, denies leaving me.
I don't know about free bleeding as a phrase, but Amber definitely spoke about bleeding quite a lot, heavily, consistently, for years. Yes.
With only a little bit of money for a U-Haul and
a bucket hat. Oh my god. I've got a bucket hat! Sorry, hold on, back over to you.
Implies that she did pay me for the live streams. Number 7, she ignores the serious allegations about her behavior towards Libby. Number 8, she ignores the chat asking her about getting physical with Jade. Number 9, she ignores everything that had to do with feederism and her irresponsible involvement with feeders and making feeder content. Number 10, the last thing I'll mention is that she gets asked...
Like, we do love props. Hold on, I need to figure out whether or not this is going to work with this headphone. I mean, kind of. Is it a look? Is it a serve? I mean, no, not really, but it is a bucket hat. So, hold on, wait. Great. It makes my head look like it's 3 feet tall. I got the bucket hat.
What is the worst thing she did to me? And she replies with,
The cruelest thing I ever said to Beck?
It's cute,
God, I
right?
can't remember a lot of what happened, obviously, but let me think of something.
The suspense.
It's not really what I said, it's just like what I did, like forcing them to like come home quicker.
Look, girlies, slip, slop, slap, hey. Like, a bucket hat is great for covering the ears. Did you know that one of the most common places to get skin cancer is the top of your ears? Yeah, wear a hat. A bucket hat.
And like being annoying about it. God, I can't remember a lot of what happened, obviously, but let me think of something.
Not Boop saying you look like you sell low quality acid at Rainbow Spirit Fest. What a read. What a read.
It's not really what I said, it's just like what I did. Like forcing them to like come home quicker and like being annoying about it.
That's fair, Haz. That's fair.
You know?
if she truly believes that is the worst thing she put me through in the past 7 years, then she is more lost and twisted than I ever realized. Now, as I talked about the screenshots, I need to discuss the journals with you.
Okay.
The journals confused me at first. I barely remember her writing in them the majority of our relationship. She talks about it like she was sitting there reading her journals to me or handing them over whenever she added a new entry. I don't remember ever reading her physical journals. I remember seeing her write down her weigh-ins or goals, and I remember an essay she wrote that she wanted me to read. I also
An essay? Girl. Maths.
remember her using her journals for stickers and scrapbooking. But beyond
Not those challenges of maths, on maths rather, are unhinged. Friday, thank you for the super chat, honey. Friday says that you look like you belong in Burke's backyard. It's the beard. Oh, it's the beard, Friday.
that, I wasn't just sitting around and reading her journals for fun. I think it's odd that she's using journal entries to prove anything, and even more odd that it was to prove that she would have let me go through her phone according to her. Especially when she lied about having 2 phones and then suddenly had both phones and has kept every single text message and photo ever.
See, call it out. The lie about the phone is crazy. I still think she's probably got the phone from way back in the Crystal days.
It is interesting that she brought the journals up because it reminded me that she had this online secret private journal on her phone and laptop that she says she had for years, probably back when she knew Casey and Crystal. And that was the journal she really never wanted me to see. But obviously, I wasn't looking to read her journal. I'd only asked
Bye, Farrah. Have a great day.
go through
Well, Maya, thank you for the super chat. Maya says, I demand a bucket hat. X. Fuck ass. Bang.
her phone because of how
I mean, I don't think I think I need to get a fuller bang, Maya.
often she went through mine.
And Squirrel, thank you for the super chat as well, honey. Squirrel says, quick, somebody get Poppy a fez hat.
I was like, why can't I go through your messages? Who
The problem is they have to fit around this thing. I'll figure it out.
are you talking
That's a
to?
good idea, though, Squirrel.
And she would make excuses for why I couldn't
clip-on
look
one.
and just needed to trust her. Eventually, I just didn't care anymore. Next, let's talk about the mattress and bed
Oh, God, bugs. Ew.
bug situation. I brought this up in my last live stream as something I was going to say to talk about later in the video. So of course she had to get ahead of the narrative. And that's fine. It wasn't important who said it first. Though I do want to point out this was a first-hand experience from my live stream of my memory being a little wonky. I know it can kind of make some people question my credibility, but I swear I'm not entirely jelly-brained. I may mess some things up, but I remember the big picture. Ming, what happened to the bed frame?
Yeah, I don't think Ambi would be smart to go down the route of trying to make the audience question Beck's memory of stuff. I don't think that would be a smart move.
What do you mean, like the bed frame?
Like, that's what you brought up.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, Fat Cow Chronicles, good to see you, honey. Hope you're well. Chronicles says, in yesterday's live, Ambi said that journals were the same as actual documentation and like a photo when it comes to proof. Oh my God. Crazy. She also said she still has all her phones from since she was 18 plus. Oh, yeah, undoubtedly.
Yeah, you
She
mentioned
probably cracks them open and writes how she's feeling about text messages from 10 years ago.
that you said you wanted to hold on to that. They're talking about like what you were talking about just a minute ago, where you were like,
I'm having a giant brain fart. Hey, wait, is it the one that we had bought together for her room?
You mentioned it.
Oh, the bed frame. Oh, in her first apartment when we first met.
Yeah.
And she was
And to be fair, this is all, like, this entire exchange is happening, like, 3 or 4 hours of after live streaming began. Like, yeah.
moving out.
It's fine to get confused.
Oh, I really want to tell you guys, but
Happens to me all the time.
I've got some stuff that I'm holding on to just in case. So yes,
Yeah, she said she doesn't have 2 phones because she's secretly got 6.
was about the bed bugs. While Amber was living in the townhouse, she had gotten bed bugs. This was
Boop, thank you for the super chat, honey. Boop says for the hat / and or plant fun. Thank you, honey. A hat that's a plant? Oh,
after Destiny and her broke up, and we were seeing each other. The bed
a beanie that's like a succulent? Oh.
bugs could have come from the neighbors. They were horrible at the time, but it was impossible to know. However, Amber let it get bad and pretended not to notice. I had bites all over me. I think she probably did too, but maybe didn't want to admit it. I helped her get rid of them, quarantining her clothes and the mattress. And
Oh my goodness.
when she eventually moved in with Eric, Ricky, and I, she asked me to lie to them for her. At the time, I felt like I didn't have a choice because I didn't want her to be homeless, and she begged me not to tell them. I cared
Oh. Okay, well, it's a good thing the bed bugs didn't come through.
about her, and I knew that if I said anything, they wouldn't have let her move in. Eventually, I did tell them the truth, though, and Ricky and Amber had a big fight about it. I should
That would have been fun to listen in on.
have never lied to them for Amber at the time. Now I want to talk about something really serious with you guys.
Okay.
Talking about DV and SA is an incredibly sensitive topic to handle. While I am a victim of Amber's abuse, I am not a victim of either DV or SA by her hands. In this live stream, Amber makes outrageous claims against the people she's wronged and ignores others. She doubles down on her accusations against Casey with no hesitation because Casey dared to stand up against her. She ignores the allegations of hitting Jade and ignores being inappropriate with Libby. She
Yeah, forgotten about the Jade stuff.
tries to insinuate that I pressured her into a relationship for sex because I claimed before that she pressured me into a relationship when I wanted to take it slow. She's always turning accusations around and making them her own to point back at people. On the day that I asked Amber to be my girlfriend, we were having a Netflix and chilled type of date. I was really into the movie and Amber wanted to make out and cuddle. I told her I didn't want to in that moment because I was into the movie and this started a fight between us.
Bad start.
This was the fight that she essentially told me she had many people lined up who wanted to date her, and if I didn't
That is such, like, manipulative, gross shit.
hurry up, she would find somebody else. I did like her at the time, and I didn't want to lose her yet, so then I asked her to be my girlfriend. Looking back on it, it's obvious she just wanted me to make it official as quickly as possible.
Oh, yeah, she was manipulating the situation to, like, basically make you think that it was your idea to ask them out. Crazy. Oh my god, it's so gross. Ugh.
After we started dating, the financial and economical abuse wasn't far behind. Economic abuse is a form of abuse when one person has control over the victim's access to economic resources, which diminishes the victim's capacity to support themselves and forces them to depend on the perpetrator financially. Amber didn't have her own bank account, and I allowed her to use mine and eventually...
I don't understand, how is she living alone with no bank account? Somebody explain that to me. Someone's gonna ask Amber that question, because that's, like... I don't understand. Amber broke up with Destiny. Assumedly, wasn't using their bank account anymore, I hope. Maybe Destiny can clarify that when Destiny and Beck have a conversation. Like, where was her YouTube check going? If it was going into Destiny's bank account and Destiny, like, months after breaking up with Amber was still, like, where were they sending money to? They lived alone. Like, Amber wasn't living with Destiny anymore. How's she paying rent? Sock under the mattress.
join it officially. Amber had control of the joint account. Amber had control over her own private account. It was all Amber's money.
I think this is, look, I've got a feeling in me waters there's a conspiracy here, and that Amber absolutely had her own bank account, but told Beck that she didn't, so that Amber could convince Beck to make Beck's bank account a shared one. That's what I think. I think Amber's fucking bonkers. That's manipulative and gross. We already know she's like that.
She used paying for bills and buying food and gifts as leverage to get away with anything. This was enough in her mind to justify all the things I did for her and owe her more. I took care of her because I cared about her and knew she couldn't do a lot of things herself. I cleaned up after her and the pets. I ran errands for her. I took her to appointments and restaurants and anywhere she wanted to go.
Honestly, something's telling me there's, like, sketchy shit going on.
I made her a huge part of my life and inner circle. I tried my best and did anything she wanted me to do. Meanwhile, she sees the relationship as her being taken advantage of because she paid for things, like paying the down payment on the car that I drove her around in. She bought food because she wanted it, and she paid the bills because she also lived there.
Amber the Scallion! Hello, mate. Thank you for joining the channel as a member. I appreciate it.
If I had a job, I would have been contributing. But she
I hope you enjoy your emojis.
used the fact that she could afford it, and she needed me as reasoning for me to not get a job. And Amber used her paying for things that I needed to manipulate me into handing over the money for my mom's settlement. She says otherwise, but it was not left in the joint account. All of this to me shows a clear power imbalance in our relationship that just kept growing and growing. On top of being financially controlled, I mentally wasn't in a healthy state of mind for most of our relationship. I was struggling with years of depression, and then when I finally tried to get help, the psychiatrist I was seeing misdiagnosed me and over-medicated me. I was on multiple medications, maybe 4 to 6 at one time. Mood stabilizers, anxiety meds, the combination and switching of medications had me completely out of it. I was bad before, but this was different.
Okay, see, again, I'm still caught up on this bank account thing, because Ambi in the drive-thru with Beck driving, Ambi leaning out the window. This is a vlog that Ambi filmed. Ambi leaning out the window to get like cash out at that drive-thru ATM and then being shocked that she had a limit on how much she could get out. Like, was that the shared bank account of Beck's or was that her own? And was that even the same bank? I'm sure someone knows the vlog that I'm thinking of, but like the card that Beck just showed, was that the same bank that they were driving through? Like there's ways to check all this stuff. I just don't trust it. Something about Ambi's banking behavior, sketch.
I was
Sketchicana.
experiencing a lot of negative side effects, and Amber tried to minimize this by saying it was only 3 months. I don't know exactly when I started taking the medicine, but it was the longer part of 2019, I believe. She also tries to minimize the effects of my kidneys shutting down.
The renal failure was very, very thankfully short-lived. So it was very quick, thankfully, because that was also very, very worrisome.
These two things overlapped, but both had long-lasting effects. The doctors eventually wanted to do blood work because they were considering putting me on lithium, and that's when they found out that I was going into kidney failure. After more testing, they found it was the metformin causing it, and I was able to recover, but it wasn't quickly. After Amber's cancer scare and hysterectomy, I was the one who took care of her while she was healing. And yes, I was the one who wiped her. But I
Where'd it go? There it is.
wiped her.
Santa, thank you for being here for 32 months, honey. I appreciate your support. I hope you're having a great day. Santa says that you can get YouTube dollars as a check, then cash it. Oh, can you? That's wild. I thought AdSense had to go into a bank account. You can get it as a check? That's bonkers. Well, there you go. The more you learn. Thanks, honey. I appreciate it.
Plenty before that. I believe from sometime in 2019 to June 2021 when we broke up. Before I started wiping her, she would use washcloths to wipe. She would...
I feel like I'm in, oh, what's the name of that musical?
set them on the corner of the sink, and then she would turn herself around to wipe herself on it.
Les Mis. Les Mis was the musical I was thinking of. It's like we're in... it's like we're in Les Mis. I need to take that back for a moment. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, chat. What? What?
21 when we broke up. Before I started wiping her, she would use washcloths to wipe. She would set them on the corner of the sink, and then she would turn herself around to wipe herself on it. And then
Viva la Revolution. What do you mean? What do you... How? Also, like, front and back? Did we have different... Oh, you know what? We probably did have, like, a color coding system. Like, one for the front and one for the back. And then we just, like... Everybody's saying like a bear. You get me, you guys. You get me. We're not wiping the front? Oh, the drip dry for the front. Right, somebody. I do forget about that. that theory. Yeah. Woof.
she would throw them away. Our roommates started to notice that their late mother's washcloths were disappearing.
Not their late mother's washcloths. Girl, I can't. That's nasty. Not the guest towels, not the heirloom washcloths passed down from the past mother. That's rude. That is that's rude. Cruella, thank you for the super chat, honey. Cruella said, don't picture it, Zach. It's too hideous. Well, I was already setting up the shapes in my mind. And then I'm thinking, like, some beautiful, like, vintage 50s or 60s washcloths, you know, handed down from mum. Ambi's just out there rubbing her ass on it. Woof. Just rude.
And they confronted her about it, and she wanted me to lie to them for her, but I didn't.
Good, Beck, good. I'm glad. I hope you told that housemate, look, I've got something to tell you. Ambi has a really particular way of wiping her ass that involves the corner. And your late mother's washcloths, I reckon it was a power move. You know how, like, dogs take a piss to mark their territory? That's what it was. It's a power move. Moonface, thank you for the super chat. Moonface says, Alexa, play back that thing up. Oh, Lord.
Ended up buying more washcloths for herself, and instead of throwing them away, she had me wash them in the sink and then put
cut back a check. That's so sad.
Them in the washer. Wiping ended up being the lesser of two evils at the time.
What does that mean, the lesser of two evils? I guess if you didn't wipe her, she probably wasn't going to do it herself, since she had you around now. So is the greater of two evils just like Ambi's fudge crack? Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. Stop it. Look, everybody poops. Everybody poops. Not everybody mounts a corner. Like, girl, why a washcloth as well? Like, thinking about the logistics, you've got toilet paper, just like layer it up. Or get a stick or something. My god.
Amber also said that I only brought
Sorry,
her a bucket a couple of times. And that is true, it only happened a couple of times. But I did help her get spots she couldn't reach. And in between the bucket baths, she just didn't shower. I also didn't only brush her hair once either.
Okay, so this makes a lot more sense because I'd always thought, okay, great. I never considered the fact that Ambi would, like, twerk on a corner. I always thought, well, if Ambi can't get back there or whatever, like, surely there's a hose or a shower and we can just, like, use a loofah on a stick or something with some soap and just clean it all out. Because everybody poops and that's okay. But, like, the lengths Ambi seems to have gone to. And you know, like, wait, Ambi has gallstones, right? Maybe not back then. I don't know. I just think the waste quality was probably not good. It was probably real sticky, like muddy, you know? Not like not a high fibrous grippable moment. More of a like a soft serve bubble gum situation.
It needed to be brushed every few months. I'm only saying all of this now because she does not live in the same reality.
No, she doesn't. Exactly, Beck. She lives in a different reality.
Hoping maybe this will be enough to finally reach her. She and some others don't realize that you don't wipe someone and groom someone that you don't care for.
It's true. Beck obviously cared for Ambi.
I didn't do those things for money. I did them to help her be more comfortable, to protect her dignity as much as I could. I lied
Not washcloth thief and contortionist money.
for her and defended her.
Yeah, there's great things out there. There's stools, there's benches, there's things you can lean on, there's like mobility aids, there's sticks, there's hoses, there's all types of stuff. Like we can all look after ourselves. And if we can't, I mean, I think a lot of people out there would be very lucky to have someone like Beck in their life who is willing to go to the lengths to keep themselves or keep their partner in a good space, you know? But like Ambi's like willful like existence in that situation for 11 months, essentially forcing Beck to wipe them. Like, girl. Maya, thank you for the super chat, hun. Maya says, we have Oh, we have food dancers, now we have turd twerks. Wow.
her and kept her alive. Now she shows her respect and gratitude for me by talking badly
Ah,
about
see, Dawn said $20 on Amazon gets you an amazing bidet with a coochie setting and a booty setting.
me repeatedly.
Oh, I love that. How fun.
Even in the chaos of everything, she said she still had time to read chat saying we both had hygiene issues and saying that
The bidet hose conversation is what I don't understand. Like, that seemed like such an obvious answer. But, no, just grinding mudbutt.
she did
On a late mother's washcloths. Like, that's really the turd in the sandwich.
gross things for me too. Me not showering for a couple extra days because I was depressed and you popping my pimples are not the same as me wiping you and cleaning your ankles.
I'm sorry, did Beck just say cleaning her ankles?
Because I was depressed and you popping my pimples are not the same as me wiping you and cleaning your ankles.
Not Beck having to clean Amby's ankles. What the fuck?
Amber doesn't
We don't see the ankles.
want to say that she is an abuser. I am saying that. She wants to claim this diagnosis and that diagnosis, but the diagnosis doesn't matter. Her self-awareness is non-existent.
Ankle fudge.
Everyone has noticed that she takes zero accountability or responsibility when in private. She will beg and barter and manipulate until everyone sees it the way that she sees it. She can't do all of that publicly, and no abuser wants their abuse to be aired out. Amber, I just wanted you to finally take some accountability for the shit you've done. If I really wanted to humiliate and embarrass you, I would have just done this years ago. The only way to hold you accountable is publicly, bringing awareness to the abuse and having your audience see between the cracks. Your public live stream wasn't...
Gosh, could you imagine if, like, the big French / like, Belgium audience that Amby had for the week there were, like, clocking in now? Wild.
about an apology or healing. It wasn't about breaking your silence. It was about silencing others, especially me. You did not take this seriously. It is inappropriate to laugh when you are talking about other people's trauma, especially when you're the one who caused it. I can laugh about my trauma with friends, but making fun of what your victims have experienced is insensitive and weird. You are trying to convince everyone that I did just as much to you as you've done to me. And since you don't feel abused by me, then I should not feel abused by you. But the difference is, I do feel abused by you, Amber, because you abused me, and you've abused other girlfriends in the past too. Name the worst.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of, at this point in time, it's just a recorded, documented history of Amby's not great relationships. Yikes.
Worst thing I did to you. Tell me what it is so I can take accountability for it if it was so bad. Because all you've said about me is that I'm a liar and use you for money. Just because you feel attacked by my perspective doesn't make it a lie. And I wouldn't have dealt with so much if I was only with you for the money. And still to this day, you have the audacity to say that the worst thing you've put me through was forcing me to spend time with you? It is laughable if it wasn't so sad. The funny part is you are kind of right. Forcing me to spend all my time with you kept me from my mom while she was dying.
That's sad. Ugh.
These were the darkest moments of my life. I look back on them now and wish I could slap myself awake from a nightmare. I don't know why I let her control me so much. I wish I would have just run away and told her no. I have so many regrets from that time, but she knew what she was doing. She knew she was manipulating me into isolating myself from my own family, begging me to spend time with her instead of my mom, causing rifts between us in the very little time I had left with her. I hate that because of Amber and her hold on me, I wasn't there for my mom the way I wanted to be. I hate that I don't remember our last Christmas together. I hate that she cried for me when she was losing so much.
Abuse changes people. It can turn you into someone completely unrecognizable. It can take years for you to find yourself again and to make sense of what was even happening. To those of you who haven't experienced something like this before, I hope that you can see this as a tale of caution. And if you have experienced something like this similarly, then I hope this helps you feel less alone. I hope that my mom is out there watching and seeing the changes I've made and is feeling peace knowing that I am safe, happy, and loved. I hope that she is proud of me for sticking up for myself and for
Oh god, this makes me so sad.
speaking out against Amber. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you when I see you.
Oh, that was really sad. That was really sad and really sweet. And I hope that Beck feels good and cathartic, and it seems like they're in a really good place, and it's really sad to hear like the regret. when they're talking about their mum, and that's very sad. But I hope Beck's doing good, and Amby's a monster, and hide your washcloths, everyone. Anyway, chat, thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I hope you had as much fun as you could. And I hope you take care of yourself today. For those of you on the rewatch, thank you for your comments, opinions, and eyeballs. Chat, you've been great. I've been Pulpy. Please make sure you brush your hair and your teeth, wash your face, get your steps in, hug a loved one. Don't be a dumpster fire on the internet. Check in on people. Also, don't just open, like, share bank accounts with someone you just started dating. Don't do that. Keep your own. Look after yourselves. Treat yourself to a nice washcloth. Yeah. Maya, thank you for the super chat, honey. Maya says, honestly, the magnum opus of the Ambiverse. I kind of expect there to be more as well. Because we've still got the Destiny and Beck conversation. I'm sure there'll be follow-up panels. Like, I don't know, Amby's probably got a new carer in the works. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for being here, chat. You've been great. I've been Pulpy, and I'll see you all in the next video and or live stream.